Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Weekend Big Show, powered by Lawdog Sports. I am the Lawdog, Chuck Ramsey, here with you every Friday, especially through football season. But last year we altered the schedule a little bit because of some things going on. But it is a wonderful weekend, and my partner of Low this many years, Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airways, and battling through and still ruling the airways through all kinds of government nonsense. How about that? And we come to you live here on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube, and you can comment. We would love to hear from you here on the program, particularly in the fact that it is Red River Shootout weekend, Jeremy, and I'm wondering why my camera won't flip around and get me right side.
I don't know.
I don't like that, but
what are you doing over there?
I don't know. Whatever. How you been, buddy?
Oh, I'm good. I've been on vacation this week, so
yeah,
it's been uneventful. Just kind of trying not to do a whole lot.
You'll. I don't know. As now that you've hit 50, you'll find that those staycations are a little more.
Just nice to recharge the batteries a little bit before I have to go deal with nonsense on Sunday.
For sure. So a little more necessary, but you will be with us tomorrow night on the college football recap.
Oh yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Hopefully a happy recap.
Yeah. We're looking forward to that, and talking all things Red River Shootout, and that's how we refer to that here on this program. There's no rivalry. There's no blow up or whatever they want to do in this day and time. It's shootout, and
it's either OU Texas or it's the shootout. Just stop it. The Red River rivalry is just too hard to say. Too much alliteration. I'm all for alliteration, but that's just too much.
Yeah, that's right. Sean Bonner checking in already. When you get to Cache tonight, look to the south and check out at the athletic center they're building. Yeah, I've got Weatherford football tonight, and we're on the road to Cache for district game number 3. And I got the email from their athletic director, and we have a lot of equipment that we use to set up for the broadcast, and they're basically giving us timelines of how long it'll take to get from where we park to where we'll set up. And it's, I'll say this, at 55, it doesn't look real enticing, but good to know Sean Bonner is out there handling that. And then also that guy, man, he's the one that did the Lawdog Sports coasters. And then also he's been posting some leather bags, leather laptop carriers and things like that. Really cool stuff there at Rockin' R Leather. So thank you, Sean Bonner. And we will check out your doings there at Cache High School. But it is a big weekend, Jeremy. And what a great way. I mean, you were on vacation, so you had to love this. 2 straight nights of Conference USA football. Or no. Yeah, was it 2 straight?
We had Wednesday night. We had
last night was
Tulane and East Carolina.
Yeah, so American last night, and then Conference USA showed out a bit on. But
Wednesday you know what this means, right?
No more nights without football.
Tuesday night we have the return of Maction.
Maction, baby. I'm here for it, man.
I'm ready for a snow game.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh, I can't
wait. Marshall still in the MAC?
Are they not in the? I thought they were in the American.
They might be. But anyways, yeah, the MAC be digging me some Ball State versus Toledo action here before long. I don't know. That's just 2 random MAC teams.
Give me the Zips and the Rockets in the snow.
That's right.
I need it.
Yeah. So anyways, I'll adjust that camera a little bit. So big weekend upcoming, and it's been a great week so far for me. I got to watch UTEP on Wednesday night, and man, they're ready to do away with Scotty Walden.
Man,
that guy
bad.
And they've got a good defense, and they've got. I mean, I'm telling you, you think some of these Big 12 teams won't be offering some of those receivers and DBs that they got down there in El Paso?
You don't think anybody wants that quarterback?
Malachi or the other
Malachi Nelson? Wow. And to think what the situation would be like right now if he would have kept his commit to Oklahoma.
Yeah. I mean, and we can get in later about, this, because I had a stat And so, full transparency, I appeared yesterday with our friend John Moore, who normally gives us Rangers updates and insight, but he also does a Texas college football podcast. So I went on there with him and a younger gentleman named Cord Samuels, who has a Facebook or Twitter page called Ghost of Texas Football. And
okay.
I'd seen it a lot. I didn't know who he was. Arch Manning has a 3.7, and Blinken Riley is the one that provided this stat. And we'll get to the Malachi Nelson reference. 3.7 interception percentage and 60% completion percentage on 135 attempts. The only two quarterbacks in Division I that have that high of an interception percentage is Arch Manning and Malachi Nelson.
That ain't good.
That's not good, and it just serves to say, and when when a school gets a commitment, all their rival schools, start, trolling on social media. You call somebody 3-star university, get ready. I mean, 5 stars are no guarantee that somebody's going to come in and really, be a game. It seemed like they all were under Saban. I don't know, and maybe Kirby Smart for a couple of years.
Well, we talked about Arch and his status as a 5-star. When you look at the video of what he played against in high school, and he's head and shoulders above every kid on the opposing team, and there's little fat kids chasing him around. It looks like he's playing with toddlers.
Yeah,
and his last name's Manning, and hey, maybe Sark just is not the quarterback whisperer, right?
I mean, the thing about it is as much as Oklahoma fans, have railed on Tebow.
And I was about to get onto him because we said maybe he's not the quarterback whisperer with Spencer Rattler. Well, Rattler is a starter in the NFL.
So,
and he may be the best bad quarterback in the league.
I think last week he's on one of the worst teams ever.
Oh, yeah. He's played well, though.
So what, last weekend, Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts, Baker, Spencer Rattler, and
Caleb.
So somebody was claiming
and Dylan Gabriel.
Oh, and Dylan, yeah.
Well, you had every starter from 2016 until 2023 starting a game in the NFL.
Yeah.
From OU.
Yeah. Well, it was a great run of success. I mean, we'll see with Mateer. I mean, Mateer's probably pro potential. I mean,
he's got some things he needs to clean up. He needs to learn a little bit of touch.
How about Jackson Dart last night?
Man, that was fun to watch. Keep the Eagles out of 3rd and short, 4th and short. You don't get beat up by that tush push so much.
4 straight times apparently on one scoring drive.
Oh man, that was. I almost turned it off when I saw that. Come on, turn around and hand it to Barkley. Let's go. There's no one more fun to watch than Cam Scatterboo, though.
Him and Jackson Dart have definitely revitalized, energized that team and that fan base, and then that's without Malik Neighbors. I mean,
but
stunning.
We lose Malik Neighbors and we get a little Jordan Humphrey sighting.
Oh, was it? I missed.
Yeah, it seems like him and Dart had a little bit of a connection. So that was. I know that's your favorite name to say, little Jordan Humphrey.
Baby. I didn't get to throw it out on that.
They activated from the practice squad yesterday, and he played last night, and he had some big catches.
Should have snagged him on fantasy.
Well, he's on the waiver wire.
I got Saquon Barkley, and he gave me next to nothing last night.
So. He's given everybody next to nothing all season. You have Barkley. I've got oh my gosh, Derrick Henry.
Oh wow.
And yeah, it's been
I lost to MJ Baird by 1 point.
I lost to Marty by not too much, and he had a guy in the starting lineup on IR.
Yeah.
Because I have nothing.
It's rough. speaking of Marty, he's one of our great sponsors, Marty Wandry from Clinton Liquor in Clinton. We'll mention them later, but we want to mention CCW Safe. It's legal self-defense coverage with plans starting as low as $19 a month. The link we would prefer you to use is in the description of this live stream, and then also there on the scroll below you. As I say, I've known two of the three founders of CCW Safe for 30 years. And good dudes, quality guys, and it's a great product. If you are a Second Amendment participant and you want to protect your family, whether it be at home or on the road or somewhere, this is the coverage to have, because if you were to get in an incident and you were in the right, but yet forces were working against you, this would be what you would want to have in your back pocket to counter that. So CCW Safe, legal self-defense coverage, and like I mentioned, plans starting as low as $19 a month, and the link is there. And one thing about it, Jeremy, is they basically have a critical response team that has over 75 years of law enforcement experience and 35 years of self-defense trial experience. So kind of their saying has been there, done that. So you would want these people on your side if you were kind of in a bad situation that you didn't bring upon yourself. So
it never hurts to have someone who knows the system.
Oh yeah. I mean that's the thing. And well, we won't get off on that, but just check out CCW Safe and get you a membership today. Kitty McGuire from All American. Let's see. I'm sorry. Let me get it right. All American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters. Yeah, that's what it is. So, but that's a mouthful sometimes. But Kenny McGuire says Scadaboo is a bit crazy, but he runs hard for sure.
That kid eats crayons.
He got fortunate the last night that when they punched the ball out, that one of his big linemen fell on it in the end zone, because he had not broke the plane, and then they punched it out, and he was second effort, But
oh yeah,
thanks Kenny McGuire for checking in. And so, anyways. But a lot of football, and then tomorrow is the big day, 2:30 kickoff from the Cotton Bowl. It's going to be hot down there. Jeremy, do you remember the I think it was the 2000 game, 63-14?
I remember it well.
Wasn't that cold and rainy that day?
I think
that was a cold and rainy one.
Might have been.
Yeah. That real quick.
All I remember is just an avalanche of points and Stoops looking confused on the sideline because everything they were trying to do worked.
Yeah. That had a Rocky Kalmus pick six in it.
It did. It had Quentin Griffin scored a bunch of touchdowns.
And just a glorious day. And then the next year,
Josh Heupel to Andre Woolfolk.
Yes, that was a big one, and that was really the first game where people started to notice and say this OU team
might be pretty good.
It's not just a blowout, but that was the Applewhite gone by then, or did we beat him? Because
that was Applewhite.
He beat us in '99.
Pretty sure that was Applewhite.
Chance Mock was in there somewhere Chance Mock might have started the 03 debacle for the Longhorns.
I want to say that Applewhite
started 01.
Yeah, I want to say that was Applewhite starting.
Because Applewhite start the 01 Big 12 championship against Colorado that they lost? He's doing the finger guns.
No, Chrissy Sims started it and he broke his finger, and then they were down big.
Yeah, Chris Brown was mowing them down.
Yeah.
And then that other running back for Colorado, I can't remember his name.
Oh man, you're going back 25 years, dude.
So anyways, Applewhite would have been the one who sustained the beatdown in 2000, because Sims was kind of on the arch plan back then.
Yeah.
Texas has a history of coddling Nepo baby quarterbacks and then throwing them out there to the world.
Man, this says here that Chris Sims was 11 of 23 in that game with no tutties and a pick, and Applewhite went 9 of 18 with 1 touchdown and a pick. So
I would bet Applewhite started and Sims came in
relief. Yeah, because Nate Hibble got some burn in that game.
Yeah. So you're talking about two programs in a rivalry that really commands a lot of attention, yet you're talking about one program that has not won a national title in 25 years, and the other hasn't won a national title in 20 years.
But it's Texas.
Oklahoma has been at the cusp, basically, and Texas has been twice. But the move to the SEC, I felt like the rivalry itself had things that you would look at and say, this is our deal when it was Big 12. Yep. Now you're just kind of cast in and you're letting others just kind of dictate that, oh yeah, it's a great rivalry, but it's not Iron Bowl, or
that's the thing. These new SEC people don't realize that this series runs in cycles.
Yeah.
And it traditionally has. I mean, you could start this year and Oklahoma could rip off 6 straight. I mean, the most anybody's ever won was, I think Texas won 8 straight in the 50s.
Yeah.
Or not the 50s, because that was maybe the 60s. I believe it was the 60s.
Yeah, it was. Darryl Worrell had a run.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like one team just, absolutely it's not like the Oklahoma State series, which I'm sorry, that's the only one I can come up with. It's what, 90, 20, and 3 or something.
The funny thing about it is you go back to that 2025 series, and really you can go back to 98 when Mac Brown took over in Austin. They won 2 in a row from 98, 99. Then OU reels off a 5 in a row.
Yep.
And then they had some trouble beating Texas 05, 06. Got them in 07, lost to them in 08, 09. 45-35 neutral field, Chris.
45-35 neutral field.
But that's the last 2-game winning streak that I can remember the Horns having in this series.
Yeah, but then you have the one-offs where Texas comes in as a dog and has no business being on the field with Oklahoma, and Case McCoy just goes off.
Yeah, there has been some slippage for the Sooners.
It seems like when Oklahoma has a better team, they typically win, but when OU is not so good and they're not favored, they don't win.
Well, and it's so funny because
except for 98.
The Lincoln Riley years, I still remember
96.
I still remember that 0 blitz in the end zone on Applewhite and him just hurling it down the field 98 yards, touchdown. Rex Ryan.
Oh yeah,
baby.
Bring Ante Jones off the edge.
Oh yeah. But anyway, looking at the Lincoln Riley years, he took such a beating for his terrible defenses, but it was well into the 2020s that Texas, they didn't find a secondary that would tackle until last year. Just saying.
I just remember that catch CD Lamb made from Jalen Hurts.
And there are
6 Longhorns in frame with him. And every single one of them is left grabbing air and touching grass.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty amazing. And then, Texas had a great secondary for the last. I mean, their secondary has been top notch for the last 2 seasons for sure.
They do have a very good secondary.
Yeah, and they're Malik. What's the guy's name?
I don't know. The Colin Sexton kid's a good player.
The Muhammad kid is not even listed as anything that I see on the injury report. All they've got Livingston is probable and CJ Baxter doubtful.
It looks like pretty much everyone you thought would be playing or hoped would be playing.
Yeah. Well, let's get into it. And as I mentioned, OU can stop a 2-game win streak by the Longhorns tomorrow. That's got to be on their mind, especially after being so inept offensively last year. What was that, 31-3?
34-3.
34-3. And then the 49-0, that was a bit of a blip, but you had no Dylan Gabriel in that, and you're basically running the wing tee. And there's been some games where I thought you could do it. Strategy of the game, and we talked about this in the past, and we'll get to the John Mateer thing here in a minute. But I'm a belief that if in these games where it's pretty evenly matched, and it's such a shift in momentums, the shifts in momentum are just so frequent. I think that OU has to go out and have success offensively early to kind of set the tone. Now, Lincoln Riley was notorious for some third quarter lulls, and nobody could ever convince me different.
No,
unless they showed me the numbers. I don't know.
He was a $1,000,000,000%, get a 2-score lead and then take his foot off the gas.
Well, and you're up in 2 scores, and then you try some gadget play. And when running the ball.
Arbuckle's got some of that in him. I mean, he will pull out a gadget play when he is just thumping on you and not just letting nature take its course.
Yeah.
The key to this game is going to be defensively. Oklahoma has a better offense, and I'm not saying Oklahoma has a good offense, but Oklahoma has a better offense. They have the better quarterback, assuming Mateer plays. They have I give them a slight edge in a couple of the skill positions. Neither team could run the football. Both teams' offensive lines are hot garbage in the sun.
Yeah.
But defensively, they are going to – Brent Venables – I likened to the comment I made before Michigan. That kid's going to see blitzes he never thought were possible. There's going to be guys, parachuting from the press box to get in his face. It's going to be nasty. That poor right guard from Texas, who played possibly the worst game I've ever seen on a college football field against Florida, is going to have his hands full up the middle with that rotation of defensive tackles.
Does the OU defense create some more turnovers is my question.
Would it be the coolest thing ever if Arch threw picks to Peyton and Eli?
Brotherly Red River shootout picks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Peyton like his uncle.
Yeah.
Eli
I get it.
You get that.
Brotherly. That
and Texas, the same deal. I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. It might be decided on the last possession, and we've seen what Arbuckle can dial up when he's got to get points. It seems like the closer his back is to the wall, the better he will call plays.
Well, OU's coming in at 178th in the nation in rushing is what I saw.
Neither team's going to run.
You know
football.
what? Take that back. Whatever I wrote down.
Thought they were 145th.
Okay, so yesterday I pulled up some stats, 137.6 yards per game rushing. Texas is 172.6. Those are the same numbers, but the rankings are different on the score than I think what I pulled up on Yahoo. That one has OU at 97th and Texas at 55th. That sounds better. That sounds right.
It does sound better. But you also have to look at the level of competition that Oklahoma has played as opposed to Texas.
Yeah.
Texas built those rushing stats against Sam Houston.
Yeah.
They who else did they play? What are the other two?
San Jose and UTEP.
San Jose and UTEP, because they haven't beat a P4 team yet.
But they have gone into hostile P4 environments, and that's where I mean, Sark's a whiny baby, but he's not wrong. I mean, you could phrase that response 10 other ways. Bob Stoops would have, even Lincoln Riley would have, but Sark just comes across as whiny. But you go into
the voice doesn't match the head.
No. The head looks like some puppet somewhere. But you go into the big house, you go into the swamp, and you're going to have issues. Now, I love Saturday night. the social media responses had pictures of Saban, said Billy Napier when he's playing for his job.
Yeah.
But no, and then also I'll say this. I don't see either team throwing anybody out like Dallas Wilson played against Texas for Florida. I mean, that kid came in and electrified. I haven't seen anybody for Texas that I would say, I mean,
the Wimberly kid, is that his name?
Huh?
What's the receiver's name? The
Wingo?
No, not Wingo.
DeAndre Moore?
No, the white kid.
Livingston.
I don't know what's Wimberly.
He's one of those guys, kind of like, who could I compare him to?
Drake Stoops.
Yeah, a little bit, but he's quite a bit tall. I think he's a true wideout.
Shipley.
Yeah, a little bit of Shipley. Yeah. But he's one of those guys that benefits from all the coverage that the other ones, grab. And that's what an offense is supposed to be about. The criticism about Arch Manning, and we'll get into the Mateer injury here in a second. The criticism on Arch Manning is if he comes in and he's Case McCoy taking over this team the way he did, or David Ash. And Ash, I don't remember the amount of stars Ash had. I imagine he was probably a high-end recruit.
Sure he was.
Didn't pan out. But when you come in and, when you come in and you're handed the keys to that team, it's the problem with everything to do with Arch Manning is all the hype and all the endorsements and all the constant, Texas is getting more run on everything media than I've ever seen a program get in my life. I mean, freaking Allstate doing a commercial for them, and then Shane Gillis, screw that guy, and his Bud Light and his hook 'em horns, piss off. But then also, I mean, it's really kind of funny though when Arch is having a terrible game, he's next thing you know, the Warby Parker ad pops up. And it's like, it's just such justice for that brand. But I'll say this, and I told the guys on the Texas podcast yesterday, and very, very professional podcast. Nobody was throwing shade, just unintentionally. But one thing I will say about the success that Arch had to make it a one-score game is Napier had gone into prevent mode, and then he's also a terrible game manager.
Oh, one of the worst. I
mean, there should have been no shot for them to have a chance at doing anything, as far as a comeback if he's any sort of competent coach.
No, there shouldn't have been. And that's what gives me so much pause about this game, because DJ Lagway looked like a functional college quarterback in that game against that defense.
And nobody would have expected that going into that game.
I thought, hey, Florida's defense is going to keep into it, but Texas probably ultimately has too many horses and they'll end up winning.
Yeah.
I picked Florida. I thought the spread was too big, and it panned out for me. But, man, I don't get the Arch issues. Well, besides the fact his name's Manning and he's probably a 3-star if his last name is Smith. But he's been in that system for 3 years with the same head coach. And at times he looks like a first-year guy that's just learning the offense.
I mean, I'm going to kind of, harken back to one Paul Thompson, who got handed the reins in 2005 and won a big on campus for 2 years, I think.
Oh, we're talking about the Rhett Bomar thing.
Yeah, the 2005 season, because Paul Thompson started that game against TCU.
I remember. I was there.
Yeah.
And I remember Travis Wilson. Oh my gosh. First play of the game, they run a quick play action post route, and Wilson's wide open and just out of his reach.
Yeah.
Probably an entirely different season if he catches.
Kind of like Jalen Hurts last night. But no, I mean, so it kind of harkens back to that. You're in the program, you get handed the reins, you've got to run with it, or else you're just going to get passed over.
But that's the thing. He's been there 3 years. I mean, it seems like a good kid. He's got a lot of talent. You can tell it's in there, but mechanically something's off. But the problem with Texas is there's no Mike Hawkins sitting behind him. There's no Bo Bentley coming in. They're stuck with this kid for this year and next.
I'll say this. I mean, a kid like that, and it's true in life and it's true in sports. The best performers come in and have been tried by fire.
Mm-hmm.
And that's either one from competing against the best on a regular basis, because you take the same kid and you put him at, Austin Westlake, and he's competing day in, day out against top-notch talent.
Or like Travis or
any of those.
Denton Geyer.
Yeah, any big Texas. I should have just said any big Texas.
There's like 100 of them.
Yeah, I just picked one.
Odessa Permian.
love the Coronado. But anyways, but you're tried by fire, and that old phrase, iron sharpens iron, and it never got proven out more than, I hate to say this, than Nick Saban's, at Bama teams from 09 till he left, really. But what I was getting at is these transfer quarterbacks like Mateer, like Diego Pavia. I'll let you be shocked a little more.
Sweet baby Diego.
Yeah. Those guys, those type of guys, I mean, they did their time at lesser programs and fought through bad offensive lines, through constant,
and Mateer gets to practice against one of the best defenses on the planet day in and day out.
But I mean, Arch isn't going up against slouches.
I know,
mean, if they're one-on-ones, but
I
you
don't know what they're doing or what they're seeing down there. I just know they have nobody behind him.
Yeah, and I can tell you,
it's crazy. This is Texas we're talking about.
Yeah,
they didn't buy someone in the offseason.
He's coming back not by choice, Do
you think that whatever 5-star they've got committed might decommit if Arch decides to come back?
Those bags are heavy. I mean, those they show up at your door, and then
but you may get that off kid that says, "Hey, I'll get $1 million a year here, but if I go somewhere and show out in 2 years, I'm making 10 plus a year."
Is oh gosh, who's the kid from last year? Quarterback.
Oh, Quinn
Ewers. Is he on roster at Jacksonville?
No, he's with Miami.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I know it's Florida. But anyways, Kenny McGuire. Does Eli and Peyton have an intervention after the season, or do they help him get better? I wonder if he wouldn't transfer.
I saw, and there's some sports videos that come across my algorithm that are just in horrible taste. And it's animated, but it's Peyton and Eli talking to Arch and saying you just don't have the Manning thing. And that thing is some sort of mental disability that makes you I don't know, a savant. He doesn't have the thing.
I tell you, Manning Cast has been must-see TV in my house.
Peyton Manning is way more funny than he deserves to be.
Yeah, I mean,
and Eli's got some chops too. It's very odd.
They had Heidi Gardner on Friday or Monday during the Chiefs game, and she's super Chiefs fan, and it was pretty funny. They did something with Eli, and I laughed out loud. But anyways, back on Arch. I mean, I saw the kid fling the ball. He has an arm. It's just his reading of the defenses and stuff has got to get better.
His footwork's bad, and if you watch the way he threw the ball as recently as last year, it's different. His release points gotten lower. It's almost like Vince Young took him aside and said, "No, you got to throw it like a shot put."
Quarterback coach Vince Young down there. Well, two things about Arch is the trial by fire thing that I was talking about with quarterbacks. I mean, and we'll probably say the same thing about the Chambliss kid from Ferris State, nearby our good friend Dan Narva at Ole Miss. The guys who have fought and got through obstacles and dealt with units adversity, offensive lines that aren't top notch. I mean, those guys that show out, they've accomplished something. Nepo babies don't accomplish anything.
They haven't had to work for it.
No, and like you said, the one video I've ever seen of Arch Manning high school days,
toddlers chasing him around.
Yeah. And so, but having said that, I mean, it is so much more difficult, and I think the difference is you look at it when your offensive line is not performing, your quarterback has to have that instant reaction to improvise or figure something out. And they didn't have it last year with Jackson Arnold. They didn't have it with Michael Hawkins other than a few blips. And I guess really, I mean, the Alabama game last year, I guess the line did enough,
They were able to run the football against Bama.
A little bit, yeah. So, looking at this situation, I mean, I know Texas has two more heralded pass rushers, or at least the one kid, the Simmons kid, Colin Simmons and Anthony
Colin Simmons, yes.
Colin Simmons, Texas fans still aren't necessarily, think that he's met his potential. Probably this weekend. But
he's going to be able to eat against OU's right tackle. I think it's also Simmons.
Well, it is. It'll be Simmons, and then what's the kid? How do you say the name? Nwaya?
Weiwu.
But on the left side, you would hope that to run the ball, you would give them a strong dose of Ozeta and Fasusi.
Bob Stoops is on SEC this morning.
Okay.
Hey,
good to see. And
everybody knows that.
Everybody knows it. We're not reinventing the wheel down here.
Way.
But anyways, I look at it, and an offensive line and run game is so important, especially to a first time starter. I don't care what he started last year; he was not the starter. Nope. And same thing goes, last year, for Michael Hawkins. His big show-out game was the Auburn on the road, and they weren't ready for his run game or his speed. Teams, it gave Texas a blueprint for what they were going to face, and they were able to squelch him last year. But they were a lot better defensively. I don't care what anybody says last year.
Who was better?
Texas.
Oh yeah.
I mean, they're good this year, but last year they were better.
They had a lot of dudes last year.
We had a lot of draft picks.
Well, I have to give Sean King, my buddy at the gym, credit for this. They went all in for that first year in the SEC.
Sure.
When they bought that offensive line.
Seems like that's the plan.
Right. Where are they now?
Yeah. Well, I mean,
they've lost 2 games, and that offensive line is decimated because all those guys are gone.
But they have to, they've got to win this week, and that kind of falls to the whole desperation thing and who comes in. I think you've got the revenge factor on OU's side. They want to make up for last year's debacle, the disrespect. What was the line as of today?
Today, Texas is favored again.
Yeah.
Last night we get the availability list.
Yeah.
And Mateer's listed as probable.
Mm-hmm.
And the line moved back to Texas.
I think I watched a bit of Josh Pate last night, and he actually said that some people at FanDuel told him that the lines have basically been based on Mateer playing all week. So why
it'll move again tomorrow. It'll probably move again. I'm efforting to see it, but it probably will change again.
Well, the score actually has OU at a buck and a hook.
Yeah, that's what it was yesterday. It may have updated.
And I think that happened while I was on with John Moore yesterday.
That's yesterday afternoon. I looked at it and it moved back to Texas.
Started out 3.5. Texas
started out. You don't remember, Well, I'm old enough to remember when it was 14.5 at the beginning of the season. That just kind of.
Well, and therein lies the OU situation. I mean, they have played well. They've won. They haven't been on the road except to Temple.
This is not a road game, though.
It's not, but Illinois State and Kent State are just extremely bad. Temple's bad. Maybe not.
Hey, Illinois State's kicking ass in their region, in their conference.
Okay,
they are 4-1.
Go FCS. But I mean, a lot. We'll find out a lot with Michigan. As to what they do. Is that at the Coliseum?
Huh?
Michigan USC.
Oh, yeah. You jump to a different game.
Yeah, on me. Now what I'm getting at is Michigan could prove out to be, a Big Ten front runner.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and I fully expect them to wear USC's Girl Scout defense down in the third quarter and just,
they just have to look out for USC skill players. But USC's then
he's got a good offense, but hey, it's Auburn, Lincoln Riley.
But then Auburn is they're struggling, and they've played some tough road games.
Yeah.
Norman and College Station, but that front seven for Auburn is stout.
Yeah.
And OU was up to the task for the most part.
Yeah. I mean,
other than that illegal play.
Well, that wasn't an illegal play. They're just mad because Durkin's defense gave up that play to Ole Miss last season.
Do you know Durkin killed a guy?
I remember Durkin killed a guy. I think he should go to LSU as his next stop, so him and Brian Kelly can compare notes. Get up on that scaffolding.
Yeah. I don't care 50 miles an hour.
He's absolute scum.
Yeah.
And he should not be in college football.
Crap, and Lane should have known better. But wasn't Durkin at A&M before?
Durkin.
I'm sorry, Hugh Freeze. Yeah, sorry.
Hugh Freeze is really. Do we want to talk about Hugh Freeze and what he was doing when he's a head coach at Ole Miss?
I really don't,
because he's bottom of the barrel himself.
So, anyways, I'll say this. The keys to the game for Oklahoma is, if Mateer. I mean, well, let me ask you this: Mateer, obviously, 17 days, 18 days removed from surgery. It's his throwing hand.
Yeah.
What? I mean, has he just been walking around with a hyperbaric cast or
something like that? There are things you can do.
I'm like Unfrozen Caveman Lawyer. These things that you have confuse me.
Oh man, what's the guy? What is the? Oh my gosh, the former CEO of AT&T that's now the director of football operations. Dang it.
Yeah.
Apparently he's been integral in this whole thing. He's the one who got the private jet, put him out there to shin. And now it's, they've probably injected him with super soldier serum and
rolling out there.
He's going to go out there with the shield
and alternating quarterback snaps.
No,
it's all Mateer all day.
Why would you do that?
I'm just wondering. I mean, you've had,
had
17 days to prep Michael Hawkins.
Right. But I think the things that we saw last week against Kent State, he still has residual damage caused by Seth Luttrell and Joe John Finley, as we see every week when Auburn plays.
Well, I thought he had a weird delivery.
When he played in the flow of the offense last week, he's fine. He's fine. A couple of reads, I need to get the hell out of here. And that should be his game. I know you'd like that. Hey, 1, 2, I'm gone. But then he's like 1, 2, 3. Hey, let me throw this thing like Dan Quisenberry to my tight end who's not even facing me. That little sidearm thing, that was bugging me. But he got to where he's holding the ball a long time. He'd run into sacks. He's got there's damage that's been done by the former offensive staff. And I think it's going to take a little bit longer to get that out of him. It may take some hypnotism. Maybe, he needs to listen to some
Mike Leach closet therapy.
Put a subliminal messaging to
maybe
I want it so dark in there he can't see his
maybe some Clockwork Orange, pry the eyes open,
Yes.
I get you. So for OU to have success tomorrow offensively, and it would obviously be with John Mateer, who in the offensive scheme set is would have to have a big game for OU to be able to perform well at a high level offensively.
Who do you think?
I know you're.
I'm going to say two names.
Uh-huh.
Jaron Kanak.
Sure.
Get him involved early. Get him involved often. He is your security blanket. Use that man. Line him up at fullback. Swing him out. Spider 2. What is Spider 2 YX banana? Little John Gruden there.
Sure.
Get that fullback out in the flat. Let him rumble.
That's why we have you on the show.
And Isaiah Satania, the most electrifying man in college football.
Yeah.
Get him on the edge. Let him return kicks. Just pray to God he doesn't do anything stupid.
He's going to draw high attention. I think Deion Burks needs to have a big game.
I want Deion Burks to have a big game. I would like to just see him be steady. But, last week was an outlier because you didn't have Mateer out there. He doesn't have the simpatico with Burks to get him the ball in spots, to have those stud player plays in his back pocket where he can just roll it out there and have that cohesion with him to get him the ball where he needs it.
Yeah.
Burks, Giovanni Gibson. You forget we got that guy back. He's a big target. Big target.
We're going to get his brother back. Wait. Yeah.
They're not brothers.
Well, I mean, the other Gibson. How about that?
I'm going to do my Brian Windhorst here. Do you think it's funny that no one's even mentioned Jaden Gibson all season until you just did? It's almost like he's not around.
Yeah, and
we'll talk about it off the air.
Well, sure. So running game wise, I mean, Ott had 11 carries for 49 yards last week. He had a long of what,
12? Yeah. 12. He looked like he got himself into a little bit of a rhythm, was running with more purpose and physicality, which they need from him.
Is he someone that could be implemented and used to, offset some of this?
He could be the guy catching those swing passes right over the top of the linebackers and taking them to the house. I haven't had any expectation for him since he didn't play, but I could see this week being his coming out party.
Is that by design?
Well, that's what I've prayed for. It could be. I don't think it's by design. I mean, these guys want to play.
All right.
I mean, and he's getting paid a lot of good Yankee dollars to be on the field.
Prediction.
Man, I'm going to have to look at my Yahoo because I think I had a banger of a score on there. Like, this could be the one I sent you a picture of with the told you, like the Michigan game.
Okay.
Let's see. There it is. Got to look at the Yahoo. I've got Texas 7, Oklahoma 17.
That's funny because I think that's what the guy from Ghost of Texas Football, he had it flipped, but he had a super low scoring game.
Yep.
You've got OU 17, Texas 7.
Yep.
And then I'm going to say 24-21. I went pick 'em yesterday on John's podcast. What?
I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for it every year. Here we go. The arbiter of doom and gloom has returned.
OU 24, Texas 21.
What?
Yep.
You're picking OU? Jeez.
Yeah.
I need to change my pick.
I'll just say
all my money on Texas.
I think the defenses will create short fields on both sides.
And that's the thing. And we haven't talked about this. Last year, OU had the ball 5 times on the plus side of the 50 due to the defense playing great in that first half. And they just got worn down. Yeah. You don't have to have great offense if your defense is going to give you short fields. You just need to be adequate.
But I said this earlier in this long ass segment that we've been doing on OU.
It's okay, man. Let's stay for OU Texas. We're going to talk more about it tomorrow night after OU wins that game.
Right. I'll say this, since Brent took over the head coaching job, even in the blowouts, his defense has come out for a quarter and a half and hung and put them in a position. You just got to get the offensive execution.
And this is the one year where this is the second year, because last year I give him a bit of a pass for because he lost his offensive coordinator going into the SEC, hired the wrong guy, and it's history. You have Arbuckle last year, even with Arnold, you probably win 8 or 9 games because your offense is competent and it looks like a college offense should look. You don't throw screen passes and the entire offensive line hits the ground like you're watching 5th grade Pee Wee ball. So, his second year, first year, give him a pass. That roster was decimated. The portal does not work when you're replacing 63 players. It's too hard to build a culture like that. Second year, I think that's more like what we should feel. We feel like we should see. They were good. They had some tough ones at the end, kind of got screwed at Stillwater. It is what it is. Last year, Luttrell was terrible. The quarterbacks were terrible. It's probably a different season, even if Gabriel stays, just because he was a good call. He was a proven commodity at quarterback. This year, Kevin Wilson may be the best hire made in college football, because you got a guy. Here's a guy.
Now there's a guy
that has been a head coach. He won games at Indiana. I mean, we're talking about a guy that knows football. I mean, I loved his offenses when he was at OU. They were fun. They scored 60 points a game. How many games in a row? But he knows how to manage the clock.
He screwed himself by not standing up to Stoops and saying, no, we're not putting DeMarco Murray on kickoff return. Oh, wait. Big 12.
I know.
Baby.
Yeah, I know. But
DeMarco Murray breaks off those Chris Brown runs for 6, just saying.
But you've noticed that the game management this year has been night and day better than it has been the last 3 years. And at this point, Brent is the defensive coordinator. He's the head coach, and we all want him to be a head coach because I think Brent's a good dude. I like the way he coaches ball. I love his defenses. But without Kevin Wilson, I think we'd probably lose Michigan. We'd probably lose Auburn because there's a critical mistake made at the end of the game with clock management, and we don't get it done.
Well, and you're not wrong. I mean, I would have a really hard time disputing you.
And I hope that Kevin Wilson really rubs off on Brent how he needs to manage the clock, how he needs to manage his staff. Learns a lot from him because Wilson was a good head coach.
I'll say this. I think we've just evolved to a time in college football where you say, okay, this is how the program is going to be set up.
Maybe Gundy should have done about the same thing and hired a guy that has been a head coach just to get in his ear and tell him what he needs to do, and then just go coordinate the offense, sit on the bench with his notepad and draw up plays.
Something. We want to thank Clinton Liquor Store and our good friend Marty Wandry for sponsoring our show. Clinton Liquor is located at 1018 South 10th Street in Clinton, America, and it's right there off I-40. If you're coming in from out of town or you've been out west or somewhere, you want to pick up something, he's got some great if you're of the mind that you give spirits for gifts, he's got a great selection of those gift pack stuff. And also you can check them out online, www.clintonliquor.com. And we appreciate Marty Wandry and his sponsorship of the program. Jeremy, exit question, and we've already done our prediction. I've said this about Sark's offense against Venable's defense. We saw it in the 2005 Orange Bowl, and I saw it in the Clemson-Alabama playoff. I don't think Texas has a tight end that we necessarily have to worry about this season. But if I guess injuries is their tight end, one thing to look for, and maybe Arbuckle will flip the script also, is those tight end seam routes or that tight end ducking into space. It's just a bone chiller to me.
And I think I mentioned that in my key to the game about 5 minutes ago. Jaron Kanak.
Yeah, and that's why I said Arbuckle could dial up the same thing, and obviously Kanak could also help with some of the pressure. And the fact
Kanak could also line up at fullback.
I mean, and I'll say this: Bauer Sharp, for all the beatings he took, probably the beating he should have took for most things was not being able to set the edge. On those jet sweep blocks like Kanak. I mean.
Yeah, well, I mean,
and you were talking about
a physical athlete.
Yeah, you're talking about the transfers that OU suffered. I wonder if Nick Anderson is kind of wishing he would have stuck around in Norman.
I don't know.
I don't think he's doing anything in Baton Rouge.
He had a massive case of red ass from whatever happened last year with the training staff, and it just sucks when it's a second generation guy that comes in, and you want him to do good, and He's a Red River hero.
Who was his
brother, Rodney?
Oh, okay, yeah.
I guess not generation, but
a family connection.
Little, family connection comes in, becomes a Red River hero, and then
his brother, his brother was a Rose Bowl hero.
His brother was just a stud when he was healthy.
All right, so OU is favored. They're higher ranked than Texas. That puts a terrible position. I'd rather go into this being the underdog and Texas being overconfident, but we'll see.
It's Texas; they're always overconfident.
That's right. Oklahoma State is hosting Houston this weekend. The Cougs come in 4-1, coming off of that pretty hard fought loss against Tech last week. The game will be on TNT, and that is an 11 a.m. kickoff. So you get to start your day with OSU and playing a quarterback that I had no idea who he was going into, but with Haas Haney and Zane Flores being out, I can't even.
Flores is out too.
Yeah. Well, Flores is listed as doubtful.
Oh, the Big 12 has gone to the report this year, huh?
Well, that's on the score. Where they got their information, I don't know. But
boy.
Yeah. So anyways, Flores and Haney listed at Haney's out and Flores is listed as doubtful. I mean, this is one of those seasons where you kind of wish they could do a mercy rule and just forfeit the rest of the games 2-0, something.
Well, they've already had a bunch of guys that are going to enter the portal, and we need to talk about the portal because there's big news this week. Guys they're going to try to preserve their red shirt to get out.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a skeleton crew of a roster for Oklahoma State the rest of the season.
They may
not. It is extremely sad, but that's the state of the game.
Yeah,
you have 30 days to get in the portal after a coach is fired.
Yeah. OSU is 122nd in the nation, total yards 113 in passing and 94th in rushing. What is it from? What is it? Is there something you can show me you do well? And that I don't see anything that I'm seeing. And
usually a midseason coaching change will give you about 2 weeks.
Now
that's over.
I do think I saw the regeneration is a done deal. I think I did see where Wegman, and I don't see him on the injury report, but I heard that Wegman might be a little banged up after the Tech loss. So, but he's nowhere on the injury report, so that's not good for the Pokes.
Nope, they are. Take Houston big.
Would this be homecoming, or I wonder if it's any sort of special weekend up at OSU, because I think they would have something going on.
Going to have the peel.
Yeah. The orange peel. So anyways, Texas Tech hosts Kansas. They're a 14.5-point favorite over the Jayhawks. I don't like that spread, even though Texas defense, man, they're
playing in Lubbock.
Yep, it's in
That's
Lubbock.
A cover.
Okay. Cover town for the Red Raiders, and the over-under is 58 and a hook.
Tech's really good, man. They are not built like a Big 12 team.
No, they're not.
Really good on both sides of the ball.
And did I see that Sam Levitt is banged up for the Sparkies?
It's week 7. Everybody's banged up.
Well, true, but I want to say I saw him on the roster. Let me pull up my college football pick'em, and we'll just kind of go over that real quick. I got
while you pull that up,
huh?
While you pull that up, the NCAA has banned the use of private equity firms to finance your NIL.
Oh. That's pretty significant for those down in Texas, isn't it?
Yeah. Sand Aggies are about to lose their benefactor.
Well, you can't make that many waves so fast and not have the whole establishment just turn on you.
Well, and when does a quid pro quo come into effect? When it's like, nope, you're not Texas Tech anymore. I want to name the university after me. I want interlocking C's on the helmet.
Hey, that guy, he's Red Raider through and through. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, just call him Matador.
And he's El Matador is the nickname that the Spanish language radio call for the Sooners has nicknamed John Mateer.
El Matador.
El Matador.
I'd have to dial in the Spanish broadcast.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Does your wife sit there and translate it for you as you go?
She does not care.
Oh, man. Her for it.
They go out and play Pokemon Go while I watch football because they don't want to listen to me talk to the TV.
So I had 15 points last week. I'm 4th out of 12 teams in our Lawdog Sports college pick'em. Tonight is 2 games. Tonight. Mean Green of Denton hosts the USF Bulls. South Florida comes in 1.5 favorite. I took the Mean Green.
I also took the Mean Green. I don't feel good about it, but they sold out the stadium. Can you imagine the traffic? Oh my God. Can you imagine the traffic? Trying to get through Denton tonight.
Yeah, that's a 6:30 kickoff. So a lot of fun there, and might take 281 down to the hill country and then head back.
Well, hey, let's put the stadium right on the highway.
On I-35. I like the Mean Green in that one.
I do too.
Just because, like Scott Van Pelt last week, people get wrecked in Denton.
Yeah, I also had 15 points last week. Okay.
Fresno State travels to Colorado State. I like the Bulldogs with the 6.5.
Same.
Jay Norvell. I just don't. He looked like he had some promise. Did he go from Utah State to
Nevada?
He was at Nevada?
Yeah.
Okay. Really is just not impressed as a head coach there with Colorado State. I like Fresno in the 6.5. Pitt Panthers rolling into Tallahassee, 10.5 point dogs. I'm going to take Pitt to cover that.
Got Florida State bounce back.
Okay. Bama travels to Columbia, the Bill Connolly Bowl, as the Tigers won't. I don't think they'll leave Columbia until next week.
How nice for them.
But Alabama comes in a 3-point favorite. I've got Bama covering that.
See, I've taken Missouri, but I think this is the week that the complacency of being at home, Missouri's going to be stir crazy. Missouri does not come out victorious.
Okay, but do they cover
Switch
the 3?
To Bama?
Okay. Give me a reason why I should think that OSU could cover that 14.5 against the Cougars.
You've been doing hard narcotics all morning.
Okay, well, I'll switch to Houston. How about
I told you, man, coaching change, 2 weeks. You're going to get all kinds of hard play, guys. There's that new coach bump.
There's
that's
a little
over
bump
this week.
Little bump.
I mean, we may even get the what was Steely's country song they did on Stillwater in the guy? It was in the 90s or 2000s. Y'all come. We're trying to get people in the stadium. Nobody was going to OSU games.
Yeah, I think we used to call it Rust-Oleum Stadium.
Yeah, we're about to see a renaissance at Rust-Oleum.
Best Steely radio entertainment was the 1998 loss when Eric Moore got railroaded into that sidewall and was actually having a good game. And he did a sketch the next week of his uncle getting pulled over by Stillwater police. And he played the clip from the Porkies where he smashed out the windshield. And then Uncle says, "You Aggie SOBs, Tommy," who was it?
Tommy Bowden.
Tommy Bowden's going to come back here in 2 years and whoop your ass. All right. Ohio State rolls into Champaign to take on the Bielemas, and they are 14.5 point favorites. I like Ohio State to cover that.
Give me Illinois.
Okay.
I like Illinois to stay within that spread. I think Ohio State will ultimately win that game, but I think that was it who'd they lose? The Indiana game was
I think that's an aberration.
That was an aberration. I think they're going to cover the 14. That's a ton of points.
Yeah, it is.
In Champaign.
But I think, now the hype has gone from Arch Manning to Julian Sayin, or whatever that kid's name is.
And then Bielema's going to wrestle Ryan Day at the 50-yard line.
Set up the ring post there at the 50-yard line. Nebraska travels to Maryland. Cornhuskers 6.5 point favorites. I like Maryland to cover that.
Fear the turtle.
That's right.
Turtles.
I like turtles. Iowa State travels into Boulder, 3-point favorites. I like Matt Campbell to rebound from that loss last week.
I do like Iowa State in that game.
I like Kansas State hosting TCU in the Battle of the Purples, and they're 1.5 point dogs at home. I think they find a way to get that done.
I don't even know which way to go in this game.
Nobody does. That's why it's 1.5.
My heart wants to pick Kansas State, but my head says TCU is going to beat them.
Yeah. Hey, comments on the line. Max Patton here with us. Definitely appreciate Marty. Yeah. Marty's actually paying for, and you could have been involved in this. Marty's actually sponsoring a Lawdog sports team in the Clinton Public School Foundation scramble coming up on November 1st. Marty couldn't play, but he said, "I'm going to sponsor a team. I want you guys on it." So thank you again, Clinton Liquor and Marty Wandry. And then Dan Narva checking in.
I thought you said that was today.
No, I said November.
Oh.
Dan Narva checking in, but apparently he's getting back on the road. We appreciate you very much, Dan. And UNLV hosting Air Force 6.5-point favorites. I got the Rebs. And now I'm kind of doubting it. I don't know. Air Force kind of played up with Navy.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Former OU offensive coordinator Dan Mullen's going to get the job done.
That's right. So the game day will be in Eugene as Signetti and the Hoosiers head up to take on Cocaine Dan and the Ducks.
Good job, Texas. Game day's got to go to freaking Outson, and they should have been at the Red River Shootout.
Yeah. Would game day have been there had Texas not lost the Florida game?
I think so.
I mean,
Indiana, they're both undefeated, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah, you're probably. They probably would have been there.
I got the Ducks covering the 7.5.
Although if Texas would have beat Florida, they probably would have been ranked number 1, and we would have got game day.
So Wake Forest travels to Oregon State. Nobody cares, but I took the Demon Deacons. OU Texas.
We already did that.
Well, we locked them in. What's funny is I'm calling shenanigans because Yahoo's got me locked in at 1.5.
Uh-huh.
I guess I'll take it, but
that's where it is. Texas favored by 1.5.
OU favored 1.5.
Well, OU's not favored by 1.5.
I don't know. All right.
They were favored yesterday morning at 1.5, and it changed yesterday afternoon.
Well, I'm looking at the score right now, and they've got OU at a.
Listen, I'm gonna get on Polymarket, okay?
No, let's not get that. I mean, we're already kind of degenerate gambling. NC State travels to South Bend. Irish 22.5-point favorites. I'll take them to cover that.
Same.
Navy at Temple, midshipman 9.5-point favorites. I'll like that.
Yep.
Razorbacks. Colorado,
Tennessee.
Neyland Stadium, 12.5-point dogs.
Tennessee, hammer the over.
Yeah, that's
I
know what you're gonna say. I thought the exact same thing.
Brand new coach. They're gonna have the bump. They're gonna
the Petrino factor, baby.
It's only 12.5 points. I think Tennessee's gonna cover the 12.5 points. Okay. But it could be like a 31-17.
I mean, the thing is in Fayetteville, Arkansas just gave up the ghost to Notre Dame. Tennessee's going to have all that orange around the Navy and all that, you know.
Uh-huh.
But Heupel also has got a little too much mercy when it comes involved to some teams. I don't know. But 12.5 is probably a fair wager to say Tennessee. I've got the Hawkeyes rolling into Madison to cover the 3.5 that they are favored against Wisconsin.
Same. And the blooms off the rose for Fickle.
Yeah, he's not having the time he thought, but then he's got Barry Alvarez swinging for him. That's some help.
Yeah, Barry Alvarez could find himself as the interim coach after this game.
Maybe that's what it is. Florida Gators roll into College Station, 7.5-point dogs. I like the Aggies to cover that.
Same. Yeah, the emotional letdown is real, and it will happen tomorrow.
Plus, the Aggies would have all the tape on Dallas Wilson, and then also anything that DJ Bragway can muster. Clemson, 14.5-point favorite at Boston College. I like Clemson in that one.
I do too, but I want to talk myself into BC.
Okay, I don't. After a couple of theirs, I'm out. Michigan travels to Compton to take on the Trojans, and they're 2.5-point dogs. I took the Wolverines.
I got Michigan. That's not much of a home field advantage when you're playing in front of tarped off sections and 15
You think
guys.
There's not a lot of Michigan alums that live out in L.A.?
Oh, it's going to be full of blue and mace.
That was the thing about in 2001 when my kids moved to Phoenix.
Uh-huh.
I went out there in the fall, and we would go grab a bite to eat at a Chili's or something, and the Nebraska jerseys were just out in force. And I think there's a big Ohio State contingency down there too. Georgia rolls into the Plains, 3.5-point favorites over Auburn. I took the Tigers to cover that.
3.5 points?
Yeah.
Against Georgia. And we've seen what Auburn does. Georgia.
Okay.
That spread is weird to me.
Yeah.
But I don't unless Auburn changes quarterbacks, I don't see it. I just don't see Auburn
You
getting
probably
inside
talked
that
me into it.
3.5.
Yeah, I switched over. I got Bulldogs. Jayhawks, do they cover the 13.5 in Lubbock?
No.
Let's say Red Raiders.
Guys, we got to get this through our heads. Tech's a playoff team.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm just talking. I don't think the outcome of the game's in question.
Kansas is so Jekyll and Hyde. You're going on the road to Lubbock. Oh my God, it's at night.
Oh yeah, 6:30 kickoff.
It's gonna get super weird.
Tortillas flying, maybe.
Tortillas and 9-volt batteries will be flying all over the place.
Oh gosh. BYU travels to Tucson. They're 2.5-point favorites. I got the Cougars.
Same.
Broncos over New Mexico, 16.5 at home.
Yep.
And then I like the Utes to cover the 5, and especially if there's any question about Leavitt, which I meant to try to look for that. And
I just changed my pick to Utah because the Sam Leavitt news is troubling.
Well, let me confirm the Sam Leavitt news if I can. Yeah, doubtful.
Oh, so well.
I like
the Utes.
I like the Utes to cover the 5 and the hook. Final score of Ohio State, Illinois. I've got 42-21 Buckeyes.
35-21 Buckeyes.
And then I'm going to change my 24-21 score on OU Texas. And
what's up, Boos?
Michael Busso checking in. Thank you very much. And so anyway, so that's our college football pick 'em. Fantasy football is just I think I'm about to go on a 2-game, maybe multi-game losing streak. But like you said, we've got a lot of teams with you and I getting beat by teams with IR.
I know.
You know,
it's awful this season.
All right.
I was in the playoffs last year, dadgummit.
You were, and that Dave Conard won it. So anyways, well, as we get out of here, also, we want to thank another sponsor that we have, and that is A+ Roofing and Construction. Rain or shine, they'll be there, locally owned and operated by Damon Schultz. And he is a buddy of mine as well and does a great job and a very trustworthy guy. If you've got roof damage from the spring storms, or basically storm season is year-round here in the 405 and the 580, call Damon Schultz and check out A+ Roofing and Construction, 580-772-7587. You will appreciate the job that Damon does, and we appreciate him. And then also, as we mentioned, Clinton Liquor, and also, Jeremy, as I fit these in here, our good friend Kenny McGuire, who actually checked in a little bit earlier, at All American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters. And what this is, and Kenny's a great guy. Kenny McGuire Insurance here in Thomas, where I'm at, does a great job servicing people, in their coverage. But then now he's got this venture, because he is our volunteer fire chief in T-Town. And Kenny's a great guy, great supporter of the program as well. And so basically, if you are somebody who's involved with public safety, or you have a need that you need to help someone get something going with regards to outfitting a vehicle for public safety, and particularly fire, check out All American Emergency Vehicle Upfitters, and the number is there at the bottom of the scroll. Kenny McGuire is top notch, and I tell you, Jeremy, he's a good follow for me out in Western Oklahoma, so that I know what storms and wildfires are potentially threatening me in my home. So, but it's a great company he's got started up, and I tell you, when I was on the police department, I worked with guys who did that for police public safety and stuff. And I'm sure if Kenny needed, if you needed a town police car or something upfitted, that would be the call to make too. But anyways, we appreciate them and their sponsorship. So, Jeremy, it's going to be a big weekend. Are we locked in for the college football recap show tomorrow night?
Absolutely.
9:00.
Ooh, sure.
Or I mean, the game will be over. Do you want to go sometime just after the game?
We could do that.
That much recap.
or 8
time so I can put it out there.
Let's see. Let's do 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. All right.
That works.
That's right. Hey, real quick, apologies on behalf of myself and the program to Billy Gillespie. We took some comfort and some enjoyment out of hearing that he was placed on administrative leave at Tarleton State. But apparently the latest news I've seen is that was a fake anonymous rumor or allegation of something. I don't even know what, but shenanigans going on down in Tarleton, and apparently he was reinstated, put right back on the job. And then also we want to send a super sky point up to Sister Jean of Loyola, Chicago. She passed away in the last day, and I would imagine Porter Moser will be making the jaunt back up. Former Ramblers coach. I think he benefited a lot from Sister Jean when he.
He did.
So, anyways, and we'll have some basketball talk coming up. We've been on a long time, an hour and 15 minutes. So let's go ahead and start getting our way out of here. Jeremy, anything else you've got to throw in on Red River Shootout or baseball? Yeah,
Game 5 tomorrow.
Game 5 tomorrow,
and to advance.
Pull through, and then also Dan Narva and our Tigers fan. They've got a deciding Game 5 tonight. Tarek Skubal on the mound for the Tigers. They won 9-3 on Wednesday, and then man, I hate to see the Phillies go out the way it happened last night.
I know, that was
a pitcher that can't get the ball back to the catcher on a simple throw. Bad,
that was awful. But that's where you throw it normally.
Yeah, and then how about the Jays? And I put this on Twitter. Geddy Lee is willing them to the World Series. I'm telling you.
Hey,
Rush reunited. He did it. Yeah. They did it just for the Blue Jays.
Oh, I know.
Or not reunited, but decided to go back on.
Yeah, Neil Peart's no longer.
Have you seen the drummer they've got filling in for Neil?
God, tell me it's Danny Carey.
No.
No.
Annika Niles, I think.
Okay.
Miles or Niles, and I think she's kind of a YouTube sensation, but she's got the chops. And
I am mesmerized by all those Drumeo and all the Rick Beato videos with
and those two Spanish girls that play rock music. The one sister's the drummer who looks like she's 7,
and
she's right on beat. Dan Narva says Boomer beat Texas, go Tigers. And then Michael Busso says both Phillies and Eagles. It's a bad day. I think Flyers lost too. It's a terrible day in Philly sports.
Yeah,
all right, we're out of here. He is Jeremy Schroeder, ruler of the airwaves. Pray for a break in the shutdown for this guy. He needs we need
some normalcy, guys.
Call your politicians. Say there's a guy on a podcast that's just 2 randoms that needs you guys to end this crap. Anyways, but he is the ruler of the airwaves regardless, and always near and dear to our heart. And then also, I am Chuck Ramsey, the Lawdog. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please subscribe and share. And also our Facebook and Twitter at Lawdog Sports. Be safe out there. Don't text and drive, and sure don't drink and drive. And we'll talk to you real soon.